Good morning, everyone. We're feeling energized. There's a deadline later this afternoon. I haven't forgotten despite it being midweek. And I'm ready. I am ready to go. I've got 3 free transfers, so much money in the bank. And I'm pretty sure, let me talk you through my team. Right, we're doing nothing with the defence. The defence is staying the exact same. Raya in goal because I don't really fancy Fabianski this week. Milenkovic, yes, Forest are playing Liverpool. We will get to that soon because people are underestimating Chris Wood and it's stressing me out. I keep seeing posts and I think, oh, believe in Chris Wood. If anyone can do it, he can. Then we've got Robinson and Trent. Trent, for the amount of money he's costing me, I'm not expecting big things for Liverpool against Forest. I'm truly not. They're not going to keep a clean sheet. I heard it here first. But maybe we'll get something attacking. But even so, defensively, I think Forest are going to be pretty strong. But I said I'll get to that when we talk about Chris Wood. So hold your horses. Then the midfield. We've got Rodgers, Salah, Palmer, Sarr. And then we've got Enzo. I'm not a fan. I can't do the Chelsea double attack. I brought in Chelsea players because I thought, you know what, we're doing well this season. It's ready, it's happening. And we're crumbling. So the pain of having 2 Chelsea attackers in the team is too much. Palmer I can rely on. We know the old Palmer FC rumours last season. We're not going to say it's Palmer FC, but very reliable player to have in the team. Enzo's going to have to go. And then up front, we've got Isak, who's flagged. We've got Jesus, who's out. And then Chris Wood. I'm absolutely playing Chris Wood. So that brings me to my section on Forest. People have got such short-term memories. I remember the first season, Forest were battling relegation. Things were tough. I went to watch them play at home against Liverpool and they won 1-0. That's when they were the underdogs. This season, they could potentially win the title. I've said it. They are doing so well, absolutely flying. Week after week after week, people are underestimating them, underestimating their defence, underestimating Chris Wood, Alanga. There are so many players that are just, why? They're good. Chris Wood, always been good in my eyes. But they're such a strong team and I think, arguably, they're going to want the win more than Liverpool will. Plus, they're playing at home. Like, come on. Why would you bench Chris Wood? The amount of Chris Wood benchings I've seen, it's offensive. And if I had any kind of gravitas in the FPL community, if I had good ranks, this is one of those weeks where you see those tweets and people are like, don't sleep on Chris Wood. He's a whatever. And then this emoji, which I hate, but they'll post this emoji and then they'll say, heard it here first, or bookmark this tweet. If I had confidence in my FPL ability, I would be saying, Chris Wood to score, bookmark this tweet. I'm saying it. So I'm absolutely playing him. And then if he doesn't score, I will refilm this intro. So you will never have it to see the light of day. But if this is the start of the video, you know Chris Wood has, I don't know, I got too cocky and I ran out of words. Anyway, I'm playing Chris Wood. Jesus is currently on the bench. Now, my rule with FPL, which I never follow, and I always go, I should have followed that, put out the fires. The obvious fire in this team is Jesus, but I think I'm going to bench him because, hear me out, no benching headache this week, already got an attacker on the bench, simple, not going to play, not going to miss out on any points. In terms of the midfield replacement, I don't really know who I want to go with. So originally, after the end of last game week, Gordon was there, he was front runner, I thought I want to bring in Gordon. I think he's a good long-term hold. The upcoming fixtures for Newcastle, this week they've got Wolves. Now I was going to captain Isak this week, but with the flag I think, probably a bit too risky. We're not at rank where we can take any risks like that. So I'm just going to play it safe. We'll get to captaincy in a second. Going to play it safe. But I thought if Isak was such a good captain, why not bring in another Newcastle attacker? So they've got Wolves at home this week, then they've got Bournemouth at home, then they've got Southampton. Now the Southampton fixture brings me to another possible transfer, which is Bruno Fernandes. I watched the Man United game. I thought they're probably going to be full of confidence now with the FA Cup and winning on penalties. I thought this is going to be a rejuvenated team and they're going to come in attacking. But then after that, if I check their upcoming fixtures, yes, they've got a lovely one this week, Southampton at home. Arguably, if I brought in Fernandes, might even captain him. I think that's a lovely, lovely shout. But then they have Brighton at home, then Fulham, then Palace. And I think, this is where I'm getting pigeonholed into one fixture and I'm not thinking long term. And where we've got doubles coming up, I'll probably want to have more free transfers. I've got 3 at the moment. That's a lot of transfers. And if I use it for Fernandes this week, I might just want to get rid of him unless he does really well. But I might just want to get rid of him in 3 game weeks time, say, and then I'm stuck and then I'll probably go for Gordon anyway. So Gordon again is front runner. Then another one I did consider was Iwobi, and this came from, I was thinking of getting Jimenez up front to replace Jesus, Because Fulham's upcoming fixtures are nice ones. They have got West Ham this week away. The only thing with the West Ham away fixture is I think, again, West Ham might have a bit of a resurgence, new manager bounce, and they're playing at home. They're going to put on a good performance for their fans, I'm sure. And I don't know if that will actually be a bit of a tricky fixture for Fulham. I don't see them winning it, is what I'm saying. So I don't know whether Jimenez is a good option to go for up front for that very reason for this game week. But then I'd be scared of benching him. But anyway, back to Iwobi. I'm babbling. So West Ham this week, so I could play him and then just keep Jesus benched anyway. Then they're going to Leicester away, lovely fixture. Then Man U at home. I don't know what kind of Man U they're going to come up against. If Man U suddenly, amazing. Actually, no, I would play Iwobi because they're playing at home. Scrap that. Play him then. Then Newcastle away, bit more difficult. I can just bench him. It's not a big deal because I'll have 3 forwards at that point. So that was one to consider. I just really do like the look of Fulham's fixtures. But I have got Robinson. He's been good for attacking returns in recent game weeks. Oh, wasn't last week against Ipswich, never mind. He played a full 90 and came away with 1 point. But even so, I've already got Robinson, so I probably don't need to go for a Fulham attacker because he's attacking enough. But that basically makes me think I'm probably just going to stick with Gordon. Ahmad was another option, and that's quite a nice sideways Enzo to Ahmad. Fair. But I think Gordon is that long-term hold. In terms of my front three, so I do need a Jesus replacement, and I'll probably sort one out next game week. But I was thinking of going for Gakpo. We have got the double game week announced for Liverpool, and what better way to welcome that in than by having double Liverpool attack. I forgot the team, but I got back there. So Gakpo's a nice option, but the problem is with that, this week they're playing the mighty Forest. Now, I don't know if I've demonstrated this enough, but I think Forest have got a good chance of winning that, if not doing very, very well. I don't see it being a big haul for Liverpool. Now, I wouldn't want to bench Gakpo, but that's probably the most logical thing to do, judging on how strongly I feel about Forest at the moment. Unless I keep Enzo, in which case I play Gakpo, Isak, Wood. But I'm not feeling that. I think if I'm going to bring in Gakpo, I want it to be for a much better fixture than Nottingham Forest away. I mean, upcoming, they've got Brentford away, then they've got Ipswich at home. So maybe I do the Gakpo transfer game week 23, but I need to keep an eye on Jesus' price. I don't know what's going to go on with that. I don't want to lose loads of money. But at the moment, I've got money in the bank, so I'm not really following that. Ooh, I'm not in a position of being 0.1 million off of something. Anyway, probably won't go for Gakpo. Were there any other replacements that I was considering? So I've discussed Raul, I've discussed Gakpo. Oh, Wissa. Wissa's a nice one. So Wissa, again, if I transfer out Enzo, I could go from Bumo, but that's very knee-jerk, isn't it? Because last week he did get 19 points and that damaged me greatly, emotionally and rank-wise. So I feel like that's probably a bit too much of a, let's get Mbumo. But then Wissa up front, I've got a space. Why not? They're playing Man City at home this week. Man City, we've seen, they're not doing great. So they'll probably score, but I think Mbumo is going to have more chance of scoring than Wissa. I don't know, maybe. One of the two would be good to bring in. But then they go to Liverpool at home, which isn't the best fixture. And Liverpool, I own Trent. They're not the best defensively at the moment. Although they're not awful. I wouldn't downgrade it. Anyway, basically, I think that they could keep a clean sheet, maybe, against Brentford. So I don't think I want to bring in any Brentford attackers for that one. And then they go to Palace, and then they go to Spurs, which is probably when I want to bring in a Brentford attacker. And then they have a lovely run of West Ham, Leicester, Everton. So maybe I will wait a bit longer. Look at me, patience, rolling the transfers. Anyway, long story short, I should probably talk about my defence as well. The defence is just not strong. We know. I know. I've given up caring. I think for the double game week with Everton, I might transfer out Raya and bring in Pickford and then bring in Gabriel somewhere amongst the defenders. Might transfer out Trent. We'll see how we get on. I still do like him as an asset. I've had him since basically the start of the season, so I feel quite there with him. We're good. Porro still benching him because Spurs defence, although he's started to get attacking returns, hasn't he? But I've benched him for the last couple of game weeks. But the defence I'll sort out at some point when I have free time. But that's what I'm thinking for the team. And then in terms, I didn't say anything. I think I'm just going to bring in Gordon. I'll let you know throughout the day because it is still early and things could change, especially if I go on social media and I'll be like, I'll bring in Strand Larsen again, why not? Anyway, in terms of captaincy, we're finally getting there. We're finally getting to the end and then we can get into the actual vlogging stuff. I'm not going to captain Salah. You may have gathered from what I've been discussing that I just don't think this is a good game week for Liverpool. I think Forest are going to win it. I wish I was going to the City Ground. It's going to be an amazing game. But the captaincy is actually torn between Palmer and Chris Wood. Is Chris Wood too risky? Let me know. Oh, I do really want to captain him though. I haven't captained Chris Wood ever. And in recent game weeks, I have benched him when I shouldn't have. For example, Everton away, 12-pointer. That one hurts. But I just think he's going to score this game week. If anyone's going to step up against Liverpool, against number one spot in the table, it's going to be Chris Wood. So there is a real big temptation to captain him. If not, afterwards, I think Forest going to Southampton at home. Chris Wood hat-trick and I've captained him. I'd be a legend in my own eyes. Anyway, I'm just going to go for Palmer. I think Bournemouth is a home fixture. We haven't been doing too well in recent game weeks. But even so, against Palace, Palmer scored the only goal, 1-1 draw, and he got 10 points. Lovely captaincy choice. So I think I'm going to probably rely... Actually, looking at Palmer's history, he got 10 points against Palace, Ipswich only 2, but then Fulham 10, Everton Brentford 3, Spurs 18... God, don't you just love to see it? I'm torn between Palmer and Wood. Now, the sensible thing to do is probably just to go Palmer. But Chris Wood is a bit more fun and lively. If he does blank though, I'll be annoyed because not only would I have captained him for a blank, I would also have filmed this entire introduction. We're at 12 minutes and I think a solid 6 of that is talking about how well I think Forest will do. And then I'll have to refilm this whole thing. So we'll see. Anyway, thank you for joining. I will keep you updated ahead of the deadline. I'm feeling very zen. There's something about midweek deadlines. They don't count. It doesn't matter. I mean, I've missed them before. But if you do badly, Saturday comes around, I'll forget all about this game week. So that's my little word of advice for dealing with midweek fixtures. Just enjoy them. Right, final update. I am going to captain Palmer. I was tempted by Chris Wood, as you may have gathered, but I think Palmer is probably the safest option. If I had a better rank, I would risk it with Chris Wood, but I don't. So I'll go with the masses. I think it's going to be between Palmer and Salah. And Palmer has the captaincy for me, so that's another decision done. Hello, apologies, very poor lighting and sound, but I'm just about to leave for dinner. I've just checked the scores. We're 30 minutes in. Palmer has already scored. Chelsea are 1-0 up, so that is a fantastic start to the Palmer captaincy. Long may that continue. It'll be great if he can get something else in the second half. And then what else is going on? Brentford Man City is still 0-0, so there's nothing to see there. And West Ham are 2-0 up against Fulham, which... Goodbye, Robertson's clean sheet. Not the best, but at least Jimenez hasn't scored. So far, I haven't got any regrets there, but I'm sure Fulham will get a goal in the second half. But even so, interesting set of results, but it's not really. It's quite boring. But good that West Ham are having a resurgence. I did think at home they were going to be a little bit stronger, and they just seem to be, I don't know, there's no analysis here. Anyway, I'm going to go and eat some tacos and I will give you updates as and when. Sorry, it's really dark, but also I transferred out Enzo for Gordon. So keep your fingers crossed that Gordon scores a goal tonight. Means nothing to you, Imogen, but Chris Wood just scored. Yay! Did I do well? Yeah, before you stopped it! I hate my life. I didn't change my captaincy. So I've got Salah captain, which is against everything I stand for. Good evening, everyone. So I'll be honest, I was miserable because of the captaincy situation yesterday. But I actually had quite a good night in terms of FPL. Chelsea wasn't very good. We'll ignore that. 2-2 draw. But West Ham, Fulham, Robinson got 2 assists. Didn't see that coming. Amazing. And then Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, obviously the man scored. So we got, I think, 6 points and then 3 bonus. So we got 9 points in total from Chris Wood and nothing from Salah. It happens. And the good thing about midweek fixtures is we can just sweep it under the rug in a few days. Tonight, it's Wednesday. Because I had a rubbish, I need to take this down because I look like a Teletubby. Because I had a rubbish night yesterday with FPL, I didn't even have a rubbish night. I was just an idiot because of my own choices, because I didn't change the captaincy. But I thought I don't want to ruin my evening tonight by being disappointed with my team. It turns out I wouldn't have been disappointed. I had a great night. Let me talk you through the scores. Newcastle Wolves, 3-0. 2 goals from Isak and an assist. Who got the 3rd goal, I hear you ask? Gordon, my transfer in this game week. Brilliant. Leicester Palace. Who have you got in that? I've got Sarr. 2-0 win, Palace. Sarr assist. Stunning. And then, what else have we got? Everton Villa. 1-0 win Villa. Ollie Watkins goal, okay. Rodgers assist. And Arsenal Spurs. I don't think I got anything from this. No, I didn't. Solanke scored an own goal. Unexpected. Son scored and Gabriel got a yellow card. And I don't have Gabriel. So that's a minor win, but no clean sheet from Raya. I'm also going off the idea now of, well, I've gone off the idea of double Arsenal defence anyway, but Gabriel, but he does have that attacking potential. And I heard he should have been awarded an assist. I definitely think Raya to Pickford is my transfer target at some point soon, ahead of the double. And then Gabriel to come in, maybe for Trent. I'm not sure. But anyway, I will see you tomorrow evening and I will be jollier and more optimistic. Actually, my team, that's all out now. Ended the game week on 73 points. It's good, but imagine if I'd have done a better captaincy, but stop dwelling, Yelena, because you didn't, and that's that. And I need to be grateful. The fact that I got 7 points from Robinson's amazing. Every single one of my midfielders, apart from Salah, in what world does that happen? But he didn't return, but all the rest returned. All my attackers returned, apart from the one that I captained. Captaincy is just not my thing. We're going to accept it. I can't get captaincy right. I'm not going to have a very good finish this year. We move on and we will try and have fun instead. We just need to pray that Ahmad, Fernandez, who else is playing? João Pedro all stay quiet tomorrow and then things will be good. Good evening, everyone. I'm joined by Az tonight. This hasn't done very well. I had a comment, didn't I, that was saying about, was it being in loads of different locations?
Yeah, I was like, do you two live together or why are you always in different locations?
We do, but someone that smashed your front door in previously made me feel unsafe. So we're in a temporary up in the air until that's resolved.
Temporary hiatus from being together.
But I'm sure soon we can tell the full story. But
it's a good excuse from you, Yels, to, abandon me.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing like a good old threat to get me out of the house. Anyway, so I've actually, going into tonight's games, I've got my final score of the week, which is 73. A strong score, if I do say so myself.
Very strong score.
But the captaincy, and also I was looking at my midfield and, well, all of my attackers, Salah is the lowest scorer this game week, and that's the one that my captaincy landed on, which is all my own fault because I didn't check my team. So really...
we need to address this because this has happened once before when you accidentally captained Darwin.
And I was talking about how stupid it would be to captain anyone but Haaland.
That was so funny on that flight, and then we landed, and then you just had Darwin captain. And the funniest bit about that was us on those sunbeds and me saying to you, I might captain Darwin this week, and you going, that's absolutely ridiculous. Why on earth would you captain Darwin when Haaland's got Everton at home? And I was like, yeah, do you know what? That's really good advice. You're right.
The pain. Also, I've just noticed I've got this jar of empty pickles, but I'm worried it looks like urine.
Wow.
It's not.
That's just what someone with a jar of urine in their bedroom would say.
It's prime. Anyway, it's annoying. I mean, you said to me, you were like, how did you even manage that? But because the captaincy was on Salah and the vice captaincy was on Palmer, I didn't actually check properly because I think I would have captained Palmer and vice captained Salah. So I just saw the circle. Oh, I didn't even look. I didn't even check.
That's amateur hour, yeah.
I'm an amateur. The last time there was a midweek deadline, I forgot it. But
I don't think these midweek deadlines don't really suit you, do they?
The worst thing is in this vlog, I'm like, I'm ready for this game week. And I was not. But I think 73 points is good. My biggest fear tonight is not having Fernandez or basically any United attacker.
Did you see some of Salah's misses towards the end of the game?
No, I didn't watch it.
You're very unlucky not to get something from him, and as is any Salah captainer.
That makes it feel even worse.
Yeah. That was supposed to help, but yeah, I see why that would make you feel worse.
I know, but you've had a great game week, haven't you?
Well, I'm on the same as you. I'm on 73, but I've got Ahmad.
You're kidding? With 32 points from Isak?
Yeah, you've had a really good week. You've had Robinson, you've had Woods, you've got loads of points.
This is the thing, though. I think my team does okay. It's always captaincy that I F up on.
Yeah. Yeah, we're both on. I think we're both on 73, but I've got Ahmad.
That's so annoying. I could have caught up to you.
Yeah, I know.
There's still time. There is still time. Well, what are your predictions for the Brighton game?
Low scoring, definitely, because we were there for the 0-0 and we saw
so
how
boring.
drab that game was. I think we'll nick it. I think we'll nick it 1-0.
I think you might lose.
Or
I think maybe 2-1 Brighton.
What was it you said to me before, was it yesterday or earlier today? You were like, respectfully, I just don't care at all what happens in this game later.
I don't. Because the game week's done.
Bren and Chris, this is what she says. Some things in the group chat to, you know.
No, I haven't messaged on the group chat today.
No, you haven't. That's true.
I haven't lied. I haven't said, I can't wait for tonight's game. I'm sorry. In the best will in the world, even Brighton fans aren't like, woohoo, Brighton, Ipswich.
The worst bit is the poor Brighton fans who have travelled to Ipswich for this what's going to be an absolute turd of a game. Cheers
to an exciting win, I'm sure, and we will get back to you if anything lively happens. Also, we're sharing a TNT Sports membership, and only I've got access, so this is why Az is on FaceTime. I've just propped my phone up.
FaceTiming the bloody game on TNT, which
it's actually
it's a new low.
It's actually going on now, so we will go, and then I'll prop you back up so you can watch. So this is the current setup with as balanced so that he can see the screen. We thought João Pedro was about to get sent off, but it was just a yellow. But that was a tense couple of seconds. Also, as a non-João Pedro owner, part of me would maybe be a bit happy, but as tonight a temporary Brighton fan, so glad that we've kept our number 9. Phew. What did you say?
The two players that everyone's got, well, not everyone, but the only two players that people have got in this game are Pedro and Delap, and they've both been booked.
You're going to be so annoyed by the way that this camera has to be angled because of where you're balanced. Your head looks massive.
My head is massive.
But the angle makes it huge. Update, Southampton are beating Man U. Who scored for Southampton?
Does it matter?
Sorry?
Does it matter?
Oh my goodness, I said it's your mother. I thought you went your mother. I was like, that's so rude.
I thought you were like... I thought you were saying I was rude anyway, just for saying, does it matter?
Oh, someone's on the floor. Stupinan's been knocked. Pedro's off, so I don't have to be scared of him anymore. He did have there was a really good save. I thought he was going to score a goal, but he didn't. So that's a win. And especially as my front three, I've got Jesus on the bench and he doesn't count. Who have I got up front? Chris Wood, obviously, got 9 points. And then Isak with 16 points. Thanks, Az. I forgot about my team. I've got Chris Wood and Jesus. I'm glad. Oh, he's questioning the fact that I've got Jesus. Let me live. So I am glad that I didn't go for Pedro this week. I wasn't really planning to. I wasn't having massive hopes that Brighton were going to absolutely demolish Ipswich this game week. So patience is key with that one. And yeah, I've still got about 13 minutes left of this game. There may be some surprises, but I don't feel like there's anything that can hurt me. The Man U game. Is the Man U game still 1-0? Man U game's still 1-0. So far, Fernandes hasn't gone on a mad one, but anything can happen. Brighton just scored the scrappiest goal, but they're 2-0 up. So the game has livened up. Look at the enthusiasm. Woo! Go Brighton. VAR are checking it for a possible offside, but after inspection, we think, yes, a little bit scrappy, but a clever goal. We'll see if it actually stands. If not, at least you're still 1-0 up.
What are they even checking?
Lewis Dunk. You said Lewis Dunk was going to header it in. Oh, he's angry.
He's nowhere near it. How is he influencing that at all? Oh, okay, he just kind of jump. No, don't agree that they should disallow this. Game's gone. He's not. It doesn't make. That keeper is not saving that. No one cares about this.
They're like Tyrion Lannister. Oh no, you've lost your. Yeah, you need your forehead in it. Hey.
Hey.
Hello, we're back again. Moved Az over into a different location to watch the Man United game. They're still 1-0 down. Brighton won.
Woo.
But we've got 20 minutes left of the Man U game. Az needs Ahmad to do something. I'd be really happy if he didn't do anything. And I think a Man U blank would be nice. And also, how lovely for those Southampton fans that have travelled all that way. Think of the fans.
Such a crap season. Imagine having as bad a season as this, going to Old Trafford and nicking it.
Ahmad has scored, so Az has overtaken me this game week.
Yay! I need 10 points or more from Ahmad to overtake Sam.
Ahmad brace.
I'm coming for you, Mark Summons.
I need to go for it. I need to take Ralph outside to the toilet, and I said, can you just hold on for the last 5 minutes? I was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. 89th minute, Ahmad scores his second goal. You're so jammy. Isak captaincy, Ahmad 2 goals. Ahmad just scored a hat-trick.
Yes! Get him on the wall!
As I was just saying, I had him as my vice-captain, and then the third one went in.
Oh, I should have captained him. I was thinking about it.
That's ridiculous.
I'm so happy. Is this what happiness with FPL feels like? This has happened to me in like 3 years.
I was about to say 3 seasons.
I've overtaken Sam.
The gap between us has grown.
Oh my god, I had him in goal scorer challenge as well.
Here is my team. Into the game week on 73 points. I am pleased with that. It's a very, very small green arrow. It's just that frustration of the captaincy. But we are where we are. That's the old saying. We are where we are, which is with a terrible rank and no sign of having that boost to launch me into something respectable. But hey ho, I did discuss Ahmad as a transfer. I mean, the Southampton game, it was the tempting one, but I think I'm still happy that I've stuck with Gordon, because hopefully in the next 3 game weeks, Gordon will outscore Ahmad. Just needs to get 2 more goals and yeah, he'll be even. I don't know. It's disheartening. It is disheartening, but I'm trying to think more long term and saving those transfers. And it would be really nice if that works out. But if I had a hat-trick to end my game week, I would have been thrilled, as happy as is. But we'll make better, well, we won't make better decisions on Saturday, hopefully. I've already changed my captaincy to Chris Wood for the upcoming game week, and I think I'm going to bring in Gakpo for Jesus, but TBC, I will decide closer to the deadline, and then I may captain Palmer or Salah, but it's on Chris Wood at the moment for that Southampton fixture, and especially after seeing this. But I'm just a bit worried with Nottingham Forest that the goals can come from anywhere. Chris Wood does tend to be involved, but I don't know whether he's got a haul in him, because it could be Chris Wood, Langer, Gibbs-White, hypothetically. It'd be nice if Milenkovic was to score. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, and it will be lovely if I get a massive green arrow and can celebrate that with all of you. So I will see you in the next one.